So last time we beat the Forest Temple. Right? Did we?
If I recall correctly. Then again, we are breaking Twilight Princess, so you can never be sure.
I didn't beat the boss. Well, I did beat the boss, but I didn't actually show that I beat the boss, but I did.
Shifty eyes.
So what here is Hyrule Field, right?
Yeah.
I recorded this like 3 months ago. I don't remember any of this. Alright, so we're gonna make our way to Kakariko, because we have to clear the Twilight there. This is going to show you what happens if you fail a glitch, but don't really. I'm going to make a quick cut. There is this postman guy here, who's quite annoying, and it takes like 30 seconds, but that's way too long. So, that's a failed postman skip. The only reason I left that in is because it's really hard to notice. You would just ask me what I was jumping for. But if you're as a wolf and you do this sort of you Z-target and you do this forward jump, you can skip directly over the trigger.
Oh. Not going to spoil anything, because I don't know if this goes up before I show it, but there is a point where I think I managed to get behind a postman trigger at one point, and they seem to give you a wide margin of error for him.
Right.
Because after moving around, he finally finds me again. So that could explain it.
There really isn't anything notable or interesting about Kakariko Twilight. So... Oh, well, there is one sort of minor notable thing, which is right here. There are these bogoblins. A lot of people don't know this, but if you don't kill them and try to go directly to Kakariko, they'll capture you. Most people just kill them and go forward. But since killing takes too long, we're gonna skip the trigger by hugging the wall here. I doubt you've ever seen this cutscene yourself.
I probably haven't.
Yeah.
I actually think I usually get past this trigger anyway.
Really?
But I can't really remember.
Well,
I think I just knock them down and then go straight.
Right. If you kill them or knock them down, the trigger doesn't activate. So anyway, we are going to cut out Kakariko Twilight because it's unnotable, it's boring. And there you go.
But you get a welding man in high heels. I hate barns.
So I'm going to go to the graveyard, except I'm not going to go to the graveyard at all. That was just a convenient place for me to cut. In the graveyard, I got a 50 rupees because we're going to need a bottle. You're going to see why later. So I got a bunch of rupees in the graveyard, and I need 4 more rupees. Can I get them? Random drops are always so boring. I'm looking for some rupees. There we go. Alright.
Lawn mowing's a crappy job.
I would probably mow the lawn if they were just like... If I could get like $20 just by finding it in the grass. Who leaves their money in the grass, by the way?
For all you know, you just found some guy's stash and now he's poor, so way to go.
And here I'm going to show my complete inability at targeting, which is probably why they give a tutorial at the beginning of the game.
Come on, I skipped that tutorial. I still got it.
Yeah. I skipped that tutorial too, but probably not the way you were supposed to.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna go head to Lakebed Temple, right? That's what you're supposed to do at this point of the game.
If you're doing it right, yes.
Right. The rest of that, you know, that whole Goron Mines, that was all DLC. It's not the real game here.
Despite Nintendo's stance on DLC.
Cut, because this took me like 20 minutes to beat those guys, and I'm ashamed of it. if you position Epona in a certain way in front of the gate, she'll push you through it. The game does no way expect you to be here, so this is great. This is hilarious. You'll get to a specific trigger here, and it's just like, you're now on a bridge! And you can see how they do the special effects in Hylia here. You can see that giant green screen.
That is pretty fantastic.
The game just like, it doesn't know what to do. It's like, okay, you got me. So this is a minor trick. You're not supposed to be a human in Twilight, but for some reason, you can defeat him in an interesting way. I'll show it off here. Come on, come on.
Oh, I think I know what you're doing.
If I get this guy underwater, he'll just instantly die. And keep in mind that I was a human when I was doing that. So, we're just carrying nothing. That guy's carrying, he doesn't have the wolf model in his hand. So, you might not notice that, but we'll see in a bit that there's... What?
Where am I? You sent me to hell!
The way this minigame was built, they just stuck you outside on an invisible platform. And now I'm stuck in the actual gameplay mode, and I can't get back to the actual, minigame mode. So, the way I figured out how to reset it back to actual minigame mode is instead of dying outside the map, you have to hit the the trigger at the bottom there. So I have to jump inside, hit that trigger, and now I'm back in wolf form, and I can do this regularly. I'm gonna skip that though. Some of the professional speedrunners can do that, they actually know the motion, they memorize it so they can actually steer the goddamn bird while like that. Insane.
That is.
Yeah. So another thing, the game doesn't expect you to be a human here. You might remember that when you first come to Zora's River, you do something, you smash the rock into the ground, and then you try to leave, and Princess Rutillo's like, hey, wait, I'm gonna give you a Zora armor. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
The trigger doesn't actually extend underneath this river. So there's this giant doorway, and you just get the trigger. The game just doesn't expect you to... You can't really be a human at this point, so...
I see a running theme with these speedrunning tricks. It's that the game's story itself is evil.
And this is possibly so...
What the hell?
Yep.
Now we're Shadow Link. Or we're covered in soot or something.
We're Dark... Isn't that Dark Link or something? Shadow Link? Is there actually a Shadow Link in any of the games? I don't know.
I can't think right now.
I don't blame you. According to my Zelda timeline theory, Shadow Link is what Dark Link... I'm not going to do that. Why am I even bothering?
I'm down with that conversation, but this isn't the time or place.
Right. So, we got a bottle. And the HUD's completely destroyed. We can use our lantern for something that you may not... Well, you don't know, but... I'm just gonna say that I need to waste some oil here first.
Catching black specks. That is hilarious. It's like an anti-Link is swimming.
I just left this in because it was relaxing, and I needed something to pad 5 minutes. Well, no, I'm just kidding. I just didn't want to speed this up.
Some human-shaped non-existence in the world.
Alright, so this box. 5, nope. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, plunk. We're not... So, the entrance to the Lake Bed Temple has a rock in front of it.
Is in the center of the earth.
Yeah, it usually has a rock in front of it, but we didn't go to the Goron Mines because we didn't have the DLC, so we don't have water bombs, so we're just gonna swim up here. as the game developers originally intended.
Who the hell found that out?
People with way too much time on their hands. Their names were Praxade and Fierce Link Master. For history, we found all these tricks, but it had a dead end at some point. And then we somehow, after like 3 months later, we finally found a new trick to get rid of the dead end. That gate clip I did just a while ago was a skip to get past the broken door on mines. Also, I didn't have the Zora armor, so I couldn't swim through that tunnel. But if you just save warp, it'll bring you right here into this room anyway. Because they didn't really expect you. They expected you to swim normally through this. So it's like the beginning of the dungeon is not that tunnel, it's this room here.
Oh right, yeah.
So this is great. You're just gonna see how broken this game is. We don't have bombs. And Mida's gonna say, hey, use your bombs to knock down the stalactites, but nope. So we need to find a way to get past this guy. Also, I'm gonna show off my gross inability at Zelda combat. Look at this. Absolutely shameful. I was like, you know what? I want to do a sequence breaking run, because then I don't have to do any combat. As you can see, it turned out wonderfully.
And then I won't be embarrassed if I do call it a speed run.
So, we don't really have a way to get up there. But there's that guy there, and that gives me an idea. We're gonna lure him over here using the Gill Boomerang. And he's in a perfect position. A perfect position for me to do that. Perfect.
Perfect position! Oh, I see what you're doing now. So much for that.
The jump attack in this game is just insanely broken. Like, look at this.
Yeah, notice, like, sometimes it can be detrimental to you.
I love Link's dexterity. He can fly through the air, but he can't manage to stay on simple platforms. Like, how, like, that's just, like, completely broken. The jump attack is not supposed to do that, obviously. And we also can't make it up that platform, so we need to do some wolf stuff. And also, remember that guy died. I killed that guy to get up here. So if I fall off, I'm screwed and I have to restart the segment. Guess how many times that happened? Oh. Yeah. Also, this geometry is not really made for Wolf Link properly. An angle. Boom. There we go. We're in the Lakebed Temple proper, right?
Supposedly.
This is where the video would normally end, but I wanted to give you something a little bit special. You'll just have to figure out what this guy's used for next time. We're getting him for a big reason, so... Any guesses?